Hi, good morning and welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1035 and we are here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. Today I am at Vanderbilt Beach. Parking was way too busy at Wiggins Pass. Anyway, if you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting. Let me know if you have any questions for me, or just say hi. It is super busy down here as well. And I'm overdressed for the beach, but you know, I'm not here for the beach. I'm here to talk to all of you and to get my day started. Hi Patricia and Grace, Judy, Joe, Diane, Lisa. Good morning everybody. What's today? Wednesday? Happy hump day. Hi Judy. Good morning. Kat's working on a mandala. Wonderful. Hi Kimberly. Thank you Lisa. Hi Carrie. I'll tell you what, I am so scattered this morning. Like it's getting kind of worse the closer I'm getting to moving, because I'm getting rid of so much and spreading what's left over multiple places. I'm getting way more scattered. I didn't bring a bag to cover the phone today. I forgot a different bag that I wanted to bring. Last night I couldn't find my knitting needles because I've already put them in storage to work on some step outs for the TV for Knit and Crochet Now. I ran out of yarn on a project that I was working on last night, and the yarn that I needed was already in storage. And then yesterday I found out that my move out date has now been upped by a week. It's getting, you know, if I thought it was stressful before, it's getting more stressful. Yay! Anyway, so what I meant to say was, that was a side tangent, I'm sorry. I meant to bring my hairbrush this morning so that I could take this down and show you how I did it. I will try, but if it doesn't work out, it's because I forgot my stinking hairbrush, because I'm barely remembering my own brain lately. I'm having a really hard time staying organized right now. I'm just doing the best I can, and thank you for your patience, and hopefully in the next couple of months, or sooner, I can be back to a somewhat level of normalcy. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I did see someone notice my dress. Yes, this is a beautiful dress. I found it on Amazon, and it's really important that I share it with you, because if you have somewhere nice to go in the next couple of months, it is gorgeous. And for those of you that like to cover your arms, it has beautiful flutter sleeves. It is a proper wrap dress, meaning that it literally wraps and ties like a robe. So I can't show you that part because I didn't wear outerwear clothing underneath, but I can stand up and show you that the hemline is absolutely gorgeous. It has a ruffled hem around the length of the dress, and it's a high-low with those beautiful ankles because of the wrap. So it's beautiful from any direction, whether you're looking at it straight on in the front, side, back. I think that ruffle and those angles are absolutely gorgeous and flattering. Like I said, it is a proper wrap and tie dress. If you are somebody that doesn't like low cut things, always remember you can wear a tank top underneath anything. Depending on where I'm going, I may or may not wear the tank top, but for this time of day and what we're doing, I thought a tank top was appropriate, and so there you go. This print is a beautiful sky blue with some white flowers and a little bit of pink in the center. I took a little liberty in wearing coral instead of the actual color of pink, but from a distance, especially with a small scale print like this, I feel like you can take some liberties in going in that pink family. I'm not sure what that means. So I felt like I could take a little liberty in not matching it perfectly, and as long as I did it in the same color family, I felt like it worked. So I'm wearing my crochet pattern called Fine Chandelier Earrings in a coral with the dress, and I think they look super cute together. And I was able to tie in some of that pink and coral in the scarf that I'm wearing in my hair. So I figured between the pink in the dress and the coral in the earrings kind of tied it all together. If you agree with me, great. If you don't agree with me, these are always learning moments. And that's what I love about sharing what I'm doing. I never claim to be the most fashionable person in the world. I have never, I've never claimed to be the best of anything. And here's what's wonderful about that. By not making those claims, well, regardless of whether you made the claims or not, you can learn from what you like what I do, and you can learn from what you don't like what I do. Like, it's always good teaching moments. You know what I mean? So whether you say, oh, I don't like how she styled that at all, that gives you an opportunity. When you know what you don't want to do, you're that much closer to figuring out what you do want to do. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to take one of these earrings off because I always love showing these earrings, and those of you that follow me regularly know, you know where I'm going next, don't you? Who wants to guess what I want to talk about with these earrings? Thank you, Barbara. I'm just saying there's no pressure. If you don't like everything I do, it's okay. And sometimes when you don't like what I do, it can be an opportunity to just whittle down and get yourself closer to what you do like. When you see what you don't like, it's still a learning opportunity. Does anybody want to guess what I'm going to talk about with these earrings? No pressure, but I always laugh because I know where I want to go with this. Does anybody want to guess what I want to say about them? The pattern comes with written instructions, a chart, and a video tutorial, so lots of ways to understand how to do this. Hi, New Health Martha. Hi to everybody's names who I might have missed. I know I've been pretty chatty this morning, right from the get-go. All right, I'm not getting any guesses, and that's okay. I'm going to talk about beading. Cherie got it. I want to talk about beading because I designed this pattern specifically to give you really good spots for adding beads, even though I didn't add beads to them. Why did I do that? Because I thought that I would come back to them and add beads, and I will do it. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I actually want to do a whole series of videos and things with beads because it's something that I get asked questions about a lot, and I happen to love beads. Just, it depends on the project what kind of beads you use, and there's so many different ways to add beads, so I do have a lot of information that I want to share down the road. But I did design these. I designed these with odd numbers of chain spaces in here. See these chain spaces in between the double crochets up these two sides and up these two sides? And even all of these sets of stitches are in odd numbers. Did I say odd or even? I meant odd. These are chain threes and sets of 3 double crochets, and what's that, a set of 7 or 9, something like that in there. Anyway, it's all odd numbers specifically so that you could put a bead in the center of any of them. So in this chain 3 space, you could either choose to add a bead in all 3 if you're doing really tiny light ones, or you could add 1 bead in the center chain of each one of them. So I just wanted to design them so that there was a center point in all of this. I said odd, I don't know what that means. I wanted to make sure that there was a center point in all of these so that you could easily add beads without having to think too much about it. I know that some people get intimidated by veering from exactly how a pattern is written because, when you veer off, you run the risk of making mistakes or getting lost or whatever. And so this was an opportunity for me to design it in advance for adding beads down the road. And so it was always important to me from the get-go to make sure that this was something that could easily have beads added to it. And that's why I talk about that every time I talk about the earrings. And you know what else I'm going to talk about? They're big, they're bold, and they're light as a feather. So those of us that have really worn out earring holes love this type of earring. If you are like me and you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't have that problem, they're still big and beautiful. And if you don't care about weight, then who cares? It's fine anyway. Does anybody have any questions about the earrings? I think Judy shared some links to it. The links will be provided in the video description in the show notes. If you don't want to miss the show now to go check them out, you can check them out later. And like I said, I think they look super fun with the dress and with the scarf. I guess we could try it. If I don't see any questions, I will take my hair down so I can show you. It's actually cute like this too, if you just left the pony. In fact, when I take it down and turn around, I think you'll understand the construction of it that much better. Did I starch them? Yes, I did, Kat. That is a great question, and we can talk about that too. Lots of ways to stiffen earrings. So can you see I made 2 ponytails, and then I'm going to have to take it all down to show you. Is that a good angle? Can you see the back of my head well from there? I'm going to wait and get a confirmation from anybody, and then I'll take it down and start over. Yes, thank you, Grace. And I tried something different today that I don't think I like, so I'm going to point that out as well. Last time I didn't like how the scarf looked just straight in between these, so I tied a knot. By tying that knot this morning though, it shortened the length of the scarf and it made it harder for me to tie it at the top of my head. So I'm going to untie it before pulling it back through. So you want to pull through between your head and the ponytail. Not on this side, on the inside. And you want to just find some, you know, kind of guess, but kind of make it somewhere in the middle. And pull it through. And then do it to the second ponytail as well. Then tighten up the ponytail. Okay, and then I can turn around a bit to show you the next step. So I'm going to, my hair was not long enough to do and thick enough to do actual braids with each of these. My hair was so much thinner than the scarf that it didn't work. So I'm going to do a rope braid, and that's when you twist in one direction and then wrap them around each other in the other direction. So I'm twisting each strand towards my face, then wrapping them around each other away from my face. Can you see that? And this was a way to get better use of, I dropped my little elastics are clear. Good luck finding them, right? I found one, hopefully I'll find the other one still. So I'm going to do a rope braid and then tie little elastics at the bottom down here at the end of my hair. I want to make sure the hair is attached to the scarf, right? Oh, I got to find my other elastic though. Shoot. Oh, I swear to God, it's always something. Ah, I found it. I found it by touch, not by sight. Okay. All right, so now we'll do a rope braid on this one as well. So I'm going to, separate my hair and the rope. So my twist towards my face and then wrap them away. So twist the hair and towards my face and then wrap it away. Twist the scarf towards my face, then wrap it away. Twist the hair towards my face, then wrap it away. Twist towards and wrap it away. Twist towards and wrap it away. Twist towards and wrap it away. I think with the right outfit and maybe the right scarf, I kind of like this hairstyle too. It certainly, for someone like me that has really fine hair, it gives me a lot more volume having a scarf that is similar colored to my hair. So now that I took that knot out of the back, I'm going to have a lot more strands to be able to tie it up here. I had to use a very small amount to tie it before, but I also have lost that knot back here, and I'm not sure if I like it better with or without the knot. The girl that I watched that had a lot more hair than me, she twisted them at this point so that you wouldn't see either side, but that didn't work for me either because my hair is too short for it. So I'm going to now take these 2 rope braids with the scarf and just simply tie them on top of my head. And as you'll see, because I took that, I'm glad I showed it both ways actually, because you can see now my tails are much longer, so you have the choice of either tucking them in or leaving them out. But how fast and cute was that hairdo? It really looks put together. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. And seriously, how long did that take me to do? 3 minutes? See now, because they're a little longer, they're sticking out. If I had bobby pins, I would secure them in, and I will do that when I get home. Thanks, Monique. Yeah, so at this point, because they're a little longer, they might need a little more zhuzhing. You could zhuzh it with, yep, There are crochet braids you can add to your hair too. It's not my style, but it's for other people, and that's fine. I thought this was something fun and different to do with scarves that I already had in my closet. But yeah, there's a gazillion other things out there you can do besides what I show. Absolutely. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Was that legible? Not legible. Was that easy to see? So my scarves are no longer on Amazon. All right, well, I'll find something similar and add them into Amazon later today. I keep things for a long time, and when you keep things for a long time, sometimes they're no longer available. They get discontinued. What are you going to do? But I'm sure there's something similar. And honestly, I'd like to find something a little longer and maybe even some different colors as well. I'd like to find more colors that are in the same tones as my hair. How did I fold the scarf in the beginning? I folded it in half and then folded it in thirds, just like you do with a bandana. It's actually way more flexible than with a bandana because the flat fabric is so fluid that it really doesn't matter how you do it. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, my eyes. Watery. All right, does anybody have any questions? Yes, it does remind me of Rosie the Riveter and 40s hairstyle, definitely. The choker necklace I'm wearing, this is one of the silver linings of having to sort, organize, purge, sell, donate, and pack and store is that you find stuff. And this was a necklace that Marlon gave me for Christmas several years ago. This was a Mother's Day necklace when he was really little. This was a Christmas necklace several years ago, and I have to try to remember the name of the company, and then I will share what it is. Isn't it cute? It's got tiny little coins on it. It's choker length, and it just sparkles so much. I love it, and I'm so glad that I got to find it. So glad that, and I'm not taking it off now, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm sure you could call this a Scandinavian style braid too, Marcia. In fact, the other person that said Rosie the Riveter is more taking a bandana and tying it up. This is more of a Scandinavian style. I would agree with that, especially with the traditional braids. Again, my hair wasn't thick enough or long enough to do the traditional braids. That's why I modified it with a rope braid. And being of Scandinavian descent, I always like adding a little bit of Scandinavian style to my look sometimes, so I got a real kick out of being able to figure this out. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I've got to, as soon as I remember the name of it, I will share with you where it's from. Yeah, these are small scarves. I don't have the measurements off the top of my head. I can definitely let you know tomorrow. And I think I would even recommend a little bit longer of a scarf. So I'll do some more research and I'll give you some good ideas about it tomorrow. Thanks, Lisa. Does anybody have any other questions? Ended up having to use the sign as my sun block today because I forgot to bring a bag. Well, I don't know how I forgot to bring a bag, but I forgot to bring a bag to make my sunshade for the camera. Rennie finished the Coraline top. That's wonderful. Great. I finished the Isabella poncho. It is in tech editing now, and I should have that released soon. I also have another pattern that I have not shown you. I did it in Biso Luxe yarn, so it'll be a number 2 sport weight yarn pattern, and it is going to be called the Ursula, and it is a crochet tank top that I think you're going to love. It has really interesting shaping to it. There is not yoke shaping. It is not traditional shaping at all. I started with tank top straps, and then I did double increases down the center to create diagonal lines and to create A-line shaping for the top. And so I did that in the front and the back. And I think you're going to really enjoy the variation in shaping and construction style. And doing it in 2 pieces like that, it gives us the ability to modify the sizing even more, kind of like we did with the, let's see, we did it in a couple of patterns. There was a long white dress that I made. Can't think of the name of it, but I did side panels on it, and by doing side panels you're able to adjust the size. So if you needed to increase by an inch or two, you could do it instead of going by the 4-inch increments between the sizes. So it gives you a little more flexibility that way. And that's how I'm going to add some additional sizing to it. Yeah, A-line shaping is super fun. Yep, very flattering on many people, and I'm just kind of vacillating between whether or not I add sleeves. I do not want sleeves on mine, but I know a lot of people will want sleeves, so I don't want to make sleeves though. I know I won't wear it with sleeves. I want to wear it as a tank top, but we'll see. The Thalia, thank you Julia, or thank you Julie, thank you Judy for reminding me that it was the Thalia. I got that all mixed up. I'd forget my brain if it wasn't attached right now. My brain is extremely scattered for me right now. It's very distressing. Yes, Joe, I remember you made it in blue. That's right. Well, anytime you can use a flowy fabric and have some great drape to it, I think it is very figure flattering to hide a number of things that we like to hide, definitely. Forget who said that. Kimberly, yes. Yeah, Lori, sometimes some people prefer cap sleeves, some people prefer flutter sleeves, some people prefer 3/4 length sleeves, some people prefer long sleeves, some people prefer tapered sleeves, some people like bell-shaped sleeves. There's all sorts of ways, and you know, some of them are flattering, some of them are more flattering on different people than others, but you know what, maybe we should just do like a sleeve tutorial so that anybody could just make sleeves and put them on any top. That might be a good idea too, or just talk about making sleeves, because what if you have a pattern that doesn't have sleeve instructions, or you don't like the sleeves? What if we had a tutorial on sleeves so that you could just make them and sew them on if you wanted to? Would you like, oh, there's an injured bird. He's only using one leg. Oh, it makes me so sad. I saved a lizard yesterday. Oh, nature's so beautiful and cruel at times. Anyway, yeah, I think that talking about how to make sleeves and empowering people to make their own sleeves would be a great tutorial, because not only when people get patterns of mine that don't have the sleeves that they like, I get questions, but I get questions from people all the time that want to talk about sleeves for a number of reasons. So yeah, maybe that's a good idea to add to the list. Yeah, Rennie, Coraline is a top that is a top-down raglan, so you could just leave it right there and not add sleeves, and you'd already have cap sleeves. Adding a basic sleeve to anything is actually a lot easier than most people think. A lot of people get intimidated adding sleeves. To do a basic sleeve in pattern, just working in the round and working it even, is actually super duper easy to do. It's some of the other shaping things that are a little more complicated. But yeah, we'll get to it. And it would be a great way to add a handmade embellishment to an upcycled shirt too. What if you have a top that you like but the sleeves have seen better days? You could cut off the sleeves and add your crochet or knit sleeves as well. All right, does anybody have any other questions? Thanks, Minnie. It is a fun one. All right, I was thinking that I should walk you down to the beach and take a look at the water today, because it seems like it's awfully pretty. I've had my back to it the whole time, but oh yeah, I was right. It is very clear today. Nice variation from what we've seen lately. It's not super busy here yet, but it will be completely packed a little later in the day, I'm sure of it. It's still early. So I'm gonna walk in the water a little bit. Wanted to show you where we'll see the snake nursery, the shark nursery when it starts. Can you see the ridge up here where the flat sand dips down just a little bit? See that ridge here? That's where we're gonna see the sharks, this close to the water's edge, like just where the foam starts. That's where we're gonna see the shark nursery hopefully this summer. I want to see it again so much. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen down here, and I've been talking about it for years. We've got to find it this year. We've got to find it so that I can share it with all of you. So come July and August, we're gonna look seriously, consistently, because that's the way to do it. You got to do things consistently. Kind of like when people like to shop sale racks, or when people like to shop thrift stores. It's not about going once and getting lucky. It's about being consistent. Well, the same if you're looking for something in nature. You gotta go often if you want to see it. There are no guarantees in nature, right? All right, I'm pretty sure I still have a Create, Share, Inspire journal with me today. So let's see. Oh, wow. I may have forgotten a few things, but I did not forget everything. So here we go. I have 2 Create, Share, Inspire notebooks, which means we should probably grab a quote from each. And I brought Be So Caring book with me today too, in case you have forgotten. These not only are 100% of the proceeds of this book donated to victims and survivors of domestic violence through my charity, Project Kristin Cares, but the patterns are now individually available as well. You don't have to get the entire book. If there's only one pattern that you want, or 2, or whatever, you can get them individually. And 100% of the proceeds are still donated to victims and survivors of domestic violence. So there's that. I was going to talk about some of the baby projects in there today, but we ran out of time, so we'll talk about that another time. So instead, why don't we grab a quote from each of these. I have Volume 1, Issue 1 and Volume 1, Issue 3 with me today. There are 7 volumes of the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks. You can find them on my website and on Amazon all over the world. This is a good one. This is Volume 1, Issue 1, page 32. Booker T. Washington. There is no power on earth that can neutralize the influence of a high, pure, simple, and useful life. Isn't that great? Oh, I like that. Yes, there's a lot of power in being authentic and useful. I 100% agree with that. It's kind of what I base my entire business model on. So thank you, Booker T. Washington. There is no power on earth that can neutralize the influence of a high, pure, simple, and useful life. Love it. Okay, let's grab one from here. Okay, this is page 26 in Volume 1, Issue 3. This is by Rudyard Kipling. I always prefer to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. Ooh, that's a hard one sometimes, right? It is. Sometimes when people do mean things, it's hard to be understanding in the moment, and it is always a good reminder to remember that hurt people hurt people. I feel like when I remind myself of that, I am often a little more forgiving and a little more understanding. And so it kind of ties in with what Rudyard Kipling is saying, because we are more alike than we are different, and that's why we should be more kind to each other, because it is still a reflection of us when we behave towards other people, regardless of how they behave, right? So thank you, Rudyard Kipling. I always prefer to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. It saves trouble, it saves energy, it saves angst, it saves stress. Yes, it is a good suggestion, and if each one of us could move just an inch closer towards that, what a beautiful day it would be. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the beach, the sunrise, the waves, my show and tells, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy Hump Day. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.